And we are live. Ron and Jorge Prospector back at you with now episode 48. On the road, kind of.
And with the dog in the mobile studio.
In the backyard, in my driveway. Decided to do something different for you all today. Not really.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. Um,
We're everywhere.
Wherever there is business and the business of baseball to cover and ridiculous hobby news and updates, we're there.
Absolutely ridiculous news today.
Where do you want to start? Should we start with the ridiculously priced ones?
Yeah, when you come out and talk about trying to up your profits tenfold as a company and do it by just jacking up the price of every one of your products. Seeing
Yeah.
Bowman drop today. Last year it was retailed at 279. They released it today at
Yeah.
259, so basically a $20 discount to buy it ahead of time, but still 250 for that product with your one auto in your base.
It's
It makes no
259,
sense.
correct?
259.
Yeah. So it's a big difference.
That's the
So,
pre-order price. Now
yeah.
you know the retail price is going to be 279. They're going to
Yeah.
put the 20 back on there.
Yeah. So my thoughts on that are as follows. I put them up on Discord for people uh, so our folks can have a little more perspective, because sometimes folks in our groups they just see a new shiny product and they just want to buy. They think they're going to miss out on something. So I wouldn't go as back as 2 years. Ron probably did, but last year I bought that product uh, at the middleman price of 295. Now that's strategic because at the time I had so many different considerations. Right, you have if you go to the Steel City or the David Adams or whatever other middleman route, you could use um, buyback money, right? And so the way
Fan
that
cash
Topps
or
price,
whatever.
yeah, and the way and you get points just like you get with Topps. Sometimes you get $5 off, 10 bucks off. So that helps a little. But the way that Topps priced this out last year, I think it was very similar. Maybe it increased a little bit, but I want to say that last year's price was around the same on pre-sale, and then on opening they jack it up $25, something like that.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me that this product, it's next month, it goes live for 289, something like that. Now, two more things. Add in the tax that David Adams and the other most middlemen don't charge you. If you live in California like we do, that's already 25, 30
Yep.
bucks. And Topps got even grittier this year. They're charging shipping, $10, I think it is.
I didn't see that. I
So
didn't buy, so I didn't see
yeah,
that.
no,
Wow.
I mean, I didn't either, but I went through the exercise of doing it,
Yeah.
right? And it come up. In my case, the presale was coming up to 290, exactly 295 with tax and the $10 shipping. So, and listen, you get the product probably like a week before, something like that. Nothing too crazy. You're definitely not getting it 2 weeks before. I can guarantee you. You're getting it like the week of, or maybe a week before.
And
For
in
295,
California, it's the week. It's always the week of or the day of. You're not getting
or
it
the
in
day,
advance.
or a couple days before, like the Saturday when it releases on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So for us folks that are not breakers or like nickel and dimer or open rip and send to PSA or SGC so that we can flip for $30. Like that's not us, right? We just like to rip and collect who we collect and whatnot. For us, it makes absolutely no sense. Now, if you're a big time breaker or one of the people that I just mentioned, then it absolutely makes sense. It makes sense to pay expedited shipping. Um, but on David Adams, on Steel City, on all those, it's gonna be available the week off for roughly 290, 295. So, and you don't pay taxes. And those dudes deliver 3-day shipping.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. I'll say this: I don't know about you. I've not looked at the checklist. I haven't done any research yet. I know that the odds were released and the checklist released, which is welcome news.
We'll make sure and put the checklist in the. I'll drop it in a link in the YouTube later. But
That
we
would be great.
definitely saw that, and there was one huge surprise on that list.
Honestly, yeah. One or two. One for my taste, one pleasant, one not that pleasant. But you probably have another view on this.
Well, no, it was absolutely the. Why would you include this guy in your set list?
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it yet, uh, Beckett has had the list up for a couple of days now. Which is a change because we haven't seen these lists in advance. So that was a nice, pleasant change. Ryan Cracknell was able to get that list posted 3 days in advance of us, or 2 days in advance. So something we
A
hadn't seen
welcome
before.
change.
But
So yeah, these dudes listen to feedback. Obviously,
yeah,
they wouldn't. Yeah,
yeah,
it was a rallying cry for many folks that this was not happening.
especially with pre-orders. Pre-orders they hadn't even cared about. But
It borders on what are those laws? Deceptive and whatever
oh yeah,
advertisement
misleading
or
practices. Yeah,
misleading false advertisements or whatever. 'Cause sometimes it happens. Sometimes but the reverse can be said also wrong because sometimes what happens is that they're afraid they're messing up on the checklist, and then they say, "Well, you promised this product had this," and with their issues recently,
yeah.
like, "Nope, it wasn't included. Sorry."
Well,
So
you
maybe that's what
got
maybe that
you
was what
got
was
some
behind.
special ones this time. So one
Yeah,
of one of the things that I heard people talking about particularly was Dylan Cruz autos. They said, "Oh, how could we have Dylan Cruz autos? He signed a Panini exclusive deal." I go back, so I
exclusive.
went and researched that a little bit. Looked at the Panini deal. Panini says, "Hey, we've signed him," but they said nothing about being exclusive. So I
Yeah.
think somebody was just milking it, freaking out there. So we should see plenty of Dylan Cruz autos for those fans of the, you know, Golden Spikes winner from last year in college.
So is he the main draw in the check? I haven't looked at the
He's
checklist.
he's he's actually one of the cover boys.
Oh, he is. Him and
Yeah,
who's the other?
the Yankee kid.
Seth Jones? Oh no, Jason
Spent
Dominguez.
no,
No,
was it
J
Dominguez
Dub.
on that? Was it J
Yeah.
Dom? I thought it was Spencer Jones.
No, I thought so
But
too. It's the Martian for
okay,
sure. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Um.
Well,
Yeah.
so
Which is a
those two out there.
strange choice.
Yeah.
Uh, I
But
mean, I guess.
the product is geared towards the top prospects, or it's
Yeah.
supposed to be. It's
Yeah.
not draft,
Yeah.
but
And they couldn't have guessed that he would be injured, so it would
no,
make sense.
no.
But Dylan Cruz ain't seeing the baseball diamond for one more year. I mean, they probably will come up in September, likely to get him some
Yeah,
AB, but he ain't playing significant time unless he's like absolutely destroying the minor leagues,
yep.
like Churio was. I don't see him coming up until expansion time,
No,
expanded
no,
rosters time.
probably not.
The
Probably not.
Nationals ain't winning that many games. They'll be
Yeah.
better. Um, if you haven't checked out our MLB pennant and division predictions, go back when this is done. Go back to our prior episode 47 to check those out.
We may have to re-record that. We'll wait a week or two, but
No, I feel comfortable
you
with my
you
choices.
know, Seattle had a tough time with Boston, so
Yeah.
I was
Listen, I'm
surprised.
not buying
Boston
into the
really should.
Pirates being 4-0. I'm not buying into Houston being 0-4. Eh, I'm definitely buying into the Mets being 0-4.
4-0.
I'll be
4-0
buying
for a
into
lot of
that.
teams. Yeah,
Um,
we'll see there.
it's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but a couple of good storylines. I mean, Pittsburgh, they played nobody. They played the Marlins and the Nationals, so I ain't making too much of that. But I was surprised that the Astros got swept for sure at home by the Yankees.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Pleasantly, not
Yankees are
surprised.
4. We're 4-0 start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I could see it. I just couldn't see it against Houston at Houston.
No,
That's
no.
kind of that's impressive, and that's impressive. I'm not surprised, but I'm really because I thought we would see this, but I'm really glad it's happening. That Soto's playing well and playing good defense. He's definitely making his case for 500 million plus contract.
He definitely is. His defense has been on point. He was never bad defensively.
He was never bad.
No,
He had
but he's
he
made
had
a few.
shoulder surgery in
Yeah,
21
yeah.
that
He's made a
affected.
few great plays this year, though,
Yeah,
throwing with his arm. So can't
yeah,
knock it. And he has a couple homers finally.
yeah.
Nothing like the Mike Trout league leading with three. I don't know if it's still league leading today.
Yeah.
Tatis now has three, I believe.
He has three. I
Yeah,
haven't checked. I haven't seen many of Padres highlights yet. I have to. No, Trout. Listen, I thought Trout was a candidate for a bounce back season. I almost drafted him on my fantasy team, but he became too expensive, and then I
yeah.
ran out of money for the system to allow me to bid on him. But I really wanted him. But going back to Soda for a little bit, I was doing some research this morning. He's been working. He worked in off season with Jackie Bradley
Okay.
on because who's still trying to make a team. He doesn't have a contract, but he worked. I imagine Jackie Bradley's in Boris. I, probably it has to be. He was working on him on defense, on route taking, on arm slot. So all those things kind of make sense that he's made some incremental, some marginal improvements that make a huge difference because he was never terrible, but those things do make a difference. And I know he has because I know him. I know he has shoulder surgery in 21 that affected a little bit. You know, compensating,
Yeah.
um, doing a lot of stuff to not necessarily take the best routes or angles within your arm slots and all that. So I'm happy to see that. What else? What else? I'm dude. Have you seen the numbers that Teoscar Hernandez is putting in LA? Crazy.
He's yeah.
And El
He's
Vidal,
really stepped up. I mean, you've got now the Hernandez brothers there. Kiki's doing some stuff
yeah,
every once in a while, but Teoscar is just he's been playing out of his amazing defense from the guy this
yeah.
year, putting up the numbers offensively as well. Smacked one the other night.
He may carry my fantasy man. My
Who
fantasy.
knew?
I mean, I
Of
knew he would give me solid numbers, but
Yeah,
the
but of
dude's
all
like,
the guys in LA, you don't think Teoscar Hernandez.
well, you think Mookie? Mookie is slated to have a ridiculous season,
Yeah.
and if he's hitting the ball out of the yard
Yes, he
at the
is.
at the rate he's doing it, man, we're talking about crazy number. Doesn't he have a crazy? Isn't he
Yeah.
the guy who has like crazy even numbered years? Crazy good,
I don't
something
know.
like that.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I'd
Yeah,
have
I
to look that
remember.
up.
He's a guy who has like every other year, like the Giants who win every other year, whatever, odd numbers, I mean even numbers,
Yeah.
something like that. Like he's great at even number years for whatever reason.
It
Uh,
used to be guys would save their good year for their contract year.
well, yeah, like Soto.
Yeah.
No, but who else has been a great story? Teoscar Hernandez. Um, anyone else surprisingly? The Reds are playing well, even though they've lost some dudes to injury. Um,
Exciting. They're playing exciting baseball.
I told a hobby colleague that who's a Cubs fan that the Central Division of the NL is finally watchable. Every team is like has something. The Cubs are somewhat exciting.
Yep.
Um, the Reds are exciting. The Pirates are somewhat exciting. So Milwaukee always does some good. They swept the Mets. So
No, there's and last night the Orioles had their first walk off.
the Orioles are playing amazing, man. What a
Yeah.
team! They're so complete, and
It
it's yeah.
it's scary. They were hitting. They have people doing walk off home runs when they aren't the normal people you'd expect.
Yeah.
So
Anthony Santander is killing the
yeah,
ball. Um, Happy for him. I know him too from Miami. Um, he had a great season last year, and he's off to a ridiculous start this year. So
yeah.
he's definitely earning his keep. I think this is his walk year. He may be playing for a contract too, or he's too
Well, there you
young.
go.
Forget. I mean,
There
no,
you go.
I think he may because I think this is his last arbitration year. He came up late. He's
Well,
probably like late 20s. I want to say. So yeah, Orioles look unstoppable, and that's not even counting the folks that they have waiting
yep. Yeah,
next up.
Holiday. They have Holiday pushed down, and he's putting up big numbers in the minors while he's waiting, just standing there smacking the ball. I wonder if it was a contractual decision. Well, hey, we're good enough right now without him. Let's keep him down a year and not start the clock.
Not wonder. I mean, that is the reason.
Has
The
to
moment
be.
he comes up, he'll be a super two player for sure,
Yep.
because he'll stay in. He'll accumulate service time quickly. But yeah, I mean, he'll likely. This is a long season, so someone will get injured. Someone will get on a deep slump, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's putting up crazy numbers. They're gonna bring him up.
He's
Uh,
putting up crazy numbers.
yeah, eventually if he's killing it. So it'll be interesting to see who comes up. I haven't kept up with the Tigers because they have that dude. Is it Keith Keith Holt or Holt Keith, something like that? Second baseman. He made the team, and they project really strong teams, a la Kevin Carter type of
Yeah.
thing. Sorry, Evan Carter from the Rangers. He's really good. So the Tigers are also an exciting team to watch. They're playing the Mets This week, they beat us yesterday, and they'll probably beat us today.
Yeah. Well,
When are you going to your first game?
tomorrow.
Oh, sweet,
Tomorrow, day
sweet
game. I
day
took
game.
the after. Yep. Here comes the dog running by.
Yeah, beautiful.
I wasn't
What kind of
expecting
dog is he?
bird chasing. He is a Great Dane Lab mix. But
Mm,
the
big
Cardinals
guys.
are in town.
The
One
Cardinals.
ten or 1:40 start tomorrow. It's a day game. I love day games, as you know. So heading out there for heading down there tomorrow.
Is this a flyaway game for them?
Pardon me.
Is this a flyaway game for them? Are they going somewhere?
Yeah, they're taking off after this. I'm not sure where they're headed, but
Gotcha.
they'll be gone. So I've got at least one game scheduled every month
Okay.
this year. So I try to get a few in. Got some special ones coming up, like taking my nephew to his favorite. Have him go see the Dodgers. Yankees are coming. Got lots of tickets for that. So
Yeah, you told me that's a good one.
yeah.
Did I tell you I'm seeing the Dodgers in DC, middle of the
Oh,
month?
nice.
Yeah.
That'll
I
be
have a
nice.
I have to be there for work, mid to late April, and they actually play the same days I'm there.
Very
So
nice.
I already
Lucked
reached
out.
out to my folks, and I'm gonna see the first game, and then I fly back the morning after. So that'll be interesting. We'll see if I can get some special privileges. See
Yeah.
if I can get close to the phenom, um, and drool over how big and strong that dude is.
Yeah. Well, I've been told that he's quite a specimen in person. You don't really
Yeah,
realize it. I've seen him down here towering over people before, but
yeah.
you don't really realize until you stand in the room with somebody.
And see how jacked he
Yeah.
is and how tall. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably like 6'4" or something like that.
Yeah. 6'4".
Yeah. The one dude I've seen live who I was like, whoa, this dude is jacked, is Sterling Marte of the Mets.
Yeah.
And I hear people saying the same thing about Adolis Garcia, the Rangers
Yeah.
dude. He's like he's on something, man. That guy's like he's on
Yeah.
um,
Well,
horse
you,
steroid.
it was like when Tony Gwynn was here, you'd go down with him and you look down at him. And he's just wasn't a big guy.
Chubby little
Wasn't a
dude.
big guy. Yeah, he fluctuated a lot, but yeah, he wasn't he was 5'8", 5'9", maybe.
Yeah,
So, but he
yeah,
was still, he still holds the assist record for San Diego State basketball. So you gotta love that.
man. Bringing it back a little bit to the hobby,
Yes.
I just realized this morning I was going through my 22 Topps Heritage complete set. Um, I did send you those boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to send you when we're done offline. When we're done offline, let's figure out. I want to see if I can send you before I leave. If not, I'll do it Friday.
Yeah,
Your hanger
do it.
box.
Do it when you get back. I've got too much stuff going on.
Okay, I'll do it with
So
your hanger boxes on Friday.
yeah,
Because next week we can do a box battle.
yeah.
Um, I was going through my set because I think I completed it, the Heritage Update one, the Heritage High number, and I noticed I had an image variation. Those things are
Oh,
tricky to miss. You have to look. Well, luckily now they do. They put that little thing that says image on the side of
on
the
the back.
number.
Yeah,
On the
on
back.
the circle now. Yeah.
Yeah. So at
I
least
I looked. I hadn't seen any pop up yet. I still have a few boxes. I haven't opened them all. Only opened a couple of them.
have you opened a couple? Have you pulled any like autos?
Just a couple horrible autos. You saw the McGill one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In fact, I
And
had
a
that set
relic
aside for you.
for both
No,
autos.
I got autos every time. They're all like pitcher autos,
How
but
many have you? How many have you opened?
three, just three of the six,
So three, and they
and all
all got
three,
autos.
every one.
Dude, then you had all the autos. Then that makes sense. Uh, when we did the little, because the case was 12, right? Right, 12. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and you got the
it had to
hot
be. Yeah, it did.
box,
Yeah, I got the hot box, but
and the
I
hot
didn't
box
get.
went into Prospect Chase box, which was a benefit
Yes,
for
that was
everybody who
amazing.
bought
We
one,
pulled some nice
like
rookies on
me.
that.
I got the
A lot of
Mackenzie
people
Gore
got
from
into
that.
that. I'm surprised that more people, because a lot of breakers got into the secret of like the whole like this is a good price, and I've seen Casey Card Connection and Striker and other folks take their shot at those cards. Listen, I may take another shot because those cards, one, those Heritage high number cards, as a set, they hold value. Those cards, those rookies, and those red ink, those
Hmm.
cards have value. And then you add the fact that there's a black chrome, a gold chrome, a silver chrome, a
And
hot box,
the
and the
purple,
purple,
those are
and that's a Julio and Bobby
real.
product. Like these guys are like legit Soto superstars type players. And for that price to be, what was it, 600 or something like that, 550, I don't know, something like that,
I don't
five
even think it
fifty,
was
six
that
hundred,
much. It might have been like 550. I think we paid like two, closer to
yeah, two
five. It might have
something.
been like 260 each. I think.
Listen, I may take another crack at it because I can always use it. Those two dudes are going to have monster years, Julio and Bobby. Bobby
Bobby
already
is
started.
he's already lit on fire.
And so those cards, let me tell you a couple of things. One, those box prices will go up. Um, and two, it'll be a popular product. At worst, it'll be a popular um, product for the chase box. So I'm gonna pick up. I'll probably, if the price is still the same next week when I have some funds, I'm gonna grab another case. But
Very good.
I'm literally concerned. I'm really concerned that those prices will go up immediately because Bobby is killing it, and Julio is likely not far behind. They're both on my fantasy team, by the way.
Well, how'd you manage that?
By paying,
Yeah. Well,
I went the what is it called, the stars and snubs, or stars and studs and what is it called? There's a term for it. Studs and
studs
uh,
and duds.
something like that. Yeah, approach to my auction,
Yeah.
but not really. I mean, I paid. It's just I invested heavily on my top three players,
Yeah.
and the rest I just kind of like strategically
Yeah.
place my
There we
bets.
go.
So,
Uh,
anyways,
one last box note on the Prospect Chase box. If you got the new one out right now, are you resetting? Is that what the latest
so
thing is?
so we sold out in the pre-sales.
Yep.
What Ron is referring to, I'm contemplating going out, releasing to the public a modified version of Volume 22, which, in my opinion, is even is even better because what I would be doing would be substituting the jumbo box for an S Series One, 20, also 2023 Series One jumbo box. That's the Atlee, the Gunner, the someone else product with autos. So substituting that jumbo box for that jumbo box, and the 24 series one, instead of putting in there a pack from a mega box or a giant box, whatever they call it, I would be putting in a actual hanger box.
Monster box.
Yeah. So instead of the monster box pack, which is 14 cards, whatever,
Yeah.
I would literally be putting in a hanger box. Likely just opening up the box and just putting that sealed plasticky thing there
Yeah, you don't
for
see
you
the
guys.
hits that way.
So because that's the only way to fit it into the box. But so you would be getting a really solid, and those hanger boxes, as we all know, are like heavy on numbered stuff and hits and whatnot. So I honestly feel it's even a better product uh, than the first one, which was already great, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm contemplating releasing that, but I'm just testing out. You know, I'm doing a little focus group with our chat to see if there's interest. If not, I'll just keep it for um, next month. But I kind of want to do it because this will be a dry month. I wasn't expecting those boxes to sell out on pre-sale, which is good. It's a good problem to have.
Hey.
But I kind of like don't want to wait that long to throw another box. So we'll see what other people say.
Okay.
I'm not sure they're really paying attention. And two,
Well,
Bowman's out today, so
yeah, it's also spring break week. Lots of people doing lots of things. So,
yeah. So we'll see. Maybe I give it some time.
yep.
I'll retest, re-throw the question out there in a couple days on Sunday or something, and see what people say. But yeah, that's an option. What I did do is, in the meantime, I got a little FOMO 24 Bowman release day thing. So I posted a mixer break of Bowman through the years. So we're doing
It looked like four different megas
no, they're just blasters.
blasters. Oh, that's what I meant.
Blasters,
Blasters. Four
2020
different blasters.
blaster, which is a popular product. It's probably like $70 or something because it has, I think, Volpe
Yeah,
and Jay and the Martian and other folks.
and that
Uh,
one's up on Tops After Dark right now. Correct.
yeah, that live break, that sorry,
Yes.
that mixer break, just four blasters, one from 2020, 2021, 22, and 23. Four boxes. I think it's two spot. Not think. I know it's two spots. Two
You get
teams
two
per
teams
spot.
for 20
50
bucks. You
bucks,
can't beat
20
it.
bucks. So it's just a little
10
fun
bucks
little
a
thing.
team.
You know, yeah. See what you
Very
get.
good.
20 bucks. I think it's a good entry point, and it'll carry us through the week while you fantasize about paying $700 for a jumbo
Well,
24 Bowman.
and the last thing on the jumbo, all I can say is, how could they let Pete Rose have a card?
Pete Rose and Bob Gibson. I'm excited about Bob Gibson
Get
though.
Bob Gibson's great. You know,
Interesting choice of
how do they pick those two?
right. It's very odd.
They
Uh,
don't mesh. They are truly, it's crossover eras between the two of them. Obviously,
yeah,
Rose was coming up while Gibson's career was finishing.
yeah, because
But
they've done what they've done. Clemente,
yeah,
they've done Ruth, they've done Babe, Retrofractor thing. They did Clemente this last release, I think. And that's it, right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean the Brady, but I'm not counting the Brady.
But that Brady's was a joke. But yeah, the
It's
Clemente
still out there, by
was a
the
heck of
way.
a chase.
It's
Yep,
still
it
out there.
is.
That 12 out of 50 card has not been pulled.
Yep.
So,
Someday.
and the bounty, what was it? Like 500K or something like that?
Yeah, it was half
That's
mil for that
crazy.
car. So
Imagine pulling that thing and paying off
yep.
everything.
Well, that'll be
That's what
yeah,
I would
that'll
pay
be
off
the
everything.
day. Yeah, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
Uh,
So
and but yeah, that's what we got, folks. Anything else,
that's
Ron?
it from this side. Get out, touch the grass, go see the snow with your kids. Get out to a
Yeah,
game, people. Get out to a game.
get out
My
to a
first
game.
one's coming up.
Get out to a game. Take pictures and post them in our group. Love to see that.
Yeah, all right. We'll
All right,
get. I'll
folks.
put one up this next week. Thank
Please
you.
do post your hits if you're getting your prospect chase boxes volume 22. Post your pics on Facebook, on our Instagrams, anything that you find us at. Post your pics. I saw that Jacob pulled and sent me a black border Mark Simeon, the Rangers dude.
Oh, okay.
Auto.
Marcus and
Black
yeah.
border 88 insert, number
Nice.
to 199. On card auto of Simeon. That's a good
Oh,
hit.
wow.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Wow.
On card too, so which is always nice. And a
Very
few
good.
other people have texted me a few things, but anyways, we're at the 30-minute mark. I think we're good. Ron, take us out.
All right. Jorge Prospector, Prospect Chase Box, Ron Bartley, sitting here in San Diego. Hey, one car rip next time, maybe. We'll have you do a car rip for us. All right. So,
All right,
Jorge
absolutely.
Prospector, turn it over to you.
All right, Jorge Prospector out.